Pan pizza. What a better place to make pizza than in the garden? Most of you get kind of apprehensive about the dough. It's so easy. So you put a little bit of warm water, some yeast, and we're just gonna activate the yeast, some sugar, give it a mix, and when it begins to be frothy, it's beginning to activate. We'll put some salt in here. Just kind of mix it, and we'll put the flour right in the mixer. When the dough is made, we will put it in this bowl. So just lightly with the oil, you brush the bowl, and this way, when the dough rises, it's easier for it to glide up. Let's put the oil right in there. And we can begin our dough. Lock it into place. Let's put the yeast. Whenever you're kneading dough, always have a little bit of extra flour and a little bit of extra water on the side. You never know how the dough will react. So it might be too dry, you need a little bit more water. It might be too wet and sticky, you need a little bit more flour. And add a little bit at a time, because what's in there, you can't take it out anymore. So here we go. The dough looks good. And I just pick this slowly up, and the dough just kind of slides off the hook. Don't do it too fast because it's gonna go flying around the kitchen. So just a little bit of flour. You see this? Let's put it in the bowl. Cover it with plastic wrap, keep it in a warm place, and in about an hour, it should double in size, even a little more. And then we'll shape our pizza. That's how easy it is. Here we are in my library, Benvenuti, and here's where I answer all of your questions. So keep on sending them. And here is a video from Nick. Let's take a look.
Ciao, Lidia. Nick here. I was just wondering if you had any outstanding tips for us. We love to cook pizza in our pizza oven, but it never seems to come out exactly right. Perhaps you have better ideas of the best wood we should use, or any ways to make it so it doesn't stick. That would be fantastic, as well as any great wines to go with pizza. Thank you.
Part of doing pizza in a wood-burning oven is building the heat. As far as wood, I would use oak and maple. Make sure it's really dry. I remember my grandfather would save when he trimmed the olive trees, he would save the big trunks, the big pieces, and use them for grilling and making pizza. They bring a high temperature to the oven. On the other hand, the pizza dough, don't make it too hard. You know, a loose pizza dough will rise easier. Wine, it's up to you what you like. I like a rosé wine with my pizza, light. But of course, if you're going on into the evening or whatever, a nice red wine. Thanks for your question, Nick. Good luck with that pizza. The pizza dough is ready to go. Let's make the sauce. And the sauce, you want an uncooked sauce. So get yourself some nice, ripe San Marzano tomatoes, plum, whole. Crush it into a little bowl, and you don't need all that much. And let's put some garlic in there. Just let's crush it so it releases its flavors, because we will pull it out. Okay, just like that. Put that in here. Put some salt, some peperoncino, I like it a little spicy, and some dry oregano. Get yourself a little bouquet like this of dry oregano, and you just wiggle, 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 like that. We have enough. Oil. And this is the sauce. And it is delicious. Now let's get back to the dough. I'm going to just oil the tray a little bit. Let's brush it in all the corners. I don't want it to stick. Okay, that's done. And let's plop it right into the baking pan. Now at this point, the dough still has elasticity. It will shrink a little bit, it will pull together, but you want to stretch it out. You see your fingers like that? You just go in the corner and push with your whole hand. And if it still doesn't listen to you and doesn't do what it's supposed to, get both hands in there and just push them in the corner. Now that the dough is stretched, let's reach for the toppings. I chose a little bit of onions. I chose a little bit of peppers. Let me put some salt on it. A little bit of oil. I will just toss it a little bit. Okay. Some shredded mozzarella cheese. I like to add some grated cheese. Whenever you have shredded cheese and it sort of sticks together, to separate it, a little bit of the grated cheese just does the trick. Let's start the sauce. And help yourself with the back of the spoon, and you just spread the sauce, covering the whole pizza all over evenly. And, you know, don't over sauce it, overdress it. Now we'll put the cheese. And this is, as I said, shredded mozzarella and some grated grana tossed together. Okay, let's do the peppers and the onions. That's the last. And you don't want to overdo it with the vegetables either, because vegetables have their own water and the pizza would become wet. Okay, so I think that I will sprinkle some more cheese just to kind of give it that last layer of crunch, if you will. Just a little bit like that. So 450, 475, about 20 minutes, it should be done. So let's put it in the oven. I'll clean up and then we'll have some pizza in my garden. Here's Andrea. Let's take a look. Most fresh pasta and pizza dough recipes call for all-purpose flour. I would like to substitute semolina. Is the amount used in a recipe the same, or does it require adjustments? Anything special I need to know about working with semolina? Semolina is a different texture of flour because it has more proteins in proportion to starches than regular grain, and hence the flours are different in that respect. Regular flour is much softer. If you feel you want to include semolina, mix a little bit of semolina and a little bit of soft flour, regular flour, maybe 1/3 to 2/3, and also make sure that the dough is on the wet side so that you give it an opportunity to rise even though it has those proteins in there. Let me know, keep me posted, okay? All right. The beauty is ready. There's nothing like a hot pizza with oozing cheese. So I'm gonna coax this beauty to come right on this board. Here we are. I'll cut it in pieces. There's pieces for you, for the family, Anybody passing by will want a slice of this. We are ready to serve this. And here we are. And you can't forget a tasting for Lidia. I love corner pieces, I love the crust. Now, if I want some basil, just like that, that's great for me. Let me taste this. It's hot, crunchy. The tomato is just fresh and nice. The pepper I got and the onions are very sweet. Just a little bit on the crunchy side. A little piece of basil. And of course, the cheese is holding it all together. Don't mind me. I have to finish this piece. And who knows, maybe another.